Greetings, everyone. Here we are. Let's go. We've got our mysterious man here, and we've got Richard Nixon. How on earth did he get a communist-hating Republican to go over to China? This man MK Ultra'd everybody. Oh, there he is. There he is. Full of secrets. Getting on that plane. And where was he before? Sorry about that. Where was he before he got on that plane? Yeah, that's where he was. That is where he was. And in one of those, or many of those, rooms, floors, in this strange and secretive paradise, his base of operations. We had him for Vietnam, and we have him changing the course of history. Henry Kissinger, a great friend of the Rockefellers. Oops. Did I forget to mention? They're kind of touchy-feely, aren't they? Did I forget to mention? They've had a lot of laughs. That secret base, saying it's a hotel, is owned by a Rockefeller. Lawrence, see how nicely it all ties together. He was there more than 100 times just during the China planning alone. China was a brutal communist menace in 1972. Richard Nixon visited anyway. And maybe we're starting to know why. Maybe. And there he is at a party. Is that Batgirl? Is that Ms. Marlowe? Shirley MacLaine? Jill St. John. It says Samantha Eager. Lee Ullman. Man was riding high on the tax dollar, huh? You know what Bryce said in her book? I'm not sure if you read it or not. Thanks for the memories. She was in the car too when they went home after the parties. Remember, she was his encyclopedia. She said that he would have the limos take these women home. Here's just a few, just a couple that got their pics in. And he would have the limo go to their house, and he would just practically push them out of the door of the limo. She said he had no interest in them. At first she kind of wondered, like, was he gay? But he wasn't. He just they were there just for the parties, the arm candy, and after the party he was tired and he just wanted to go home. I'm not sure about Marla though, she's kind of special. Yeah, this is not a photoshopped thing, by the way. This is not a weird MK Ultra, artist rendition. This is a giant blown up photograph of Henry Kissinger, probably 70s, would you say? Surrounded by bunnies, and yes, there's definitely stuff on the internet about Hugh's close relationship with Hugh and Henry. H&H. Best buddies, secret documents were going through the Playboy Mansion. Remember, I worked at that place where pharmacy, Edgewater Pharmacy, and it's no longer there. I'm so sad. Larry Cohen was my boss, and he said, never, never, never are you to deliver pharmaceuticals, because he knew these people were bad news. He had the guys do it. He had his little tough nephew from the Bronx come out and do that. Yeah, they didn't want any little chickie showing up on the doorstep. Thanks for the memories. There she goes. And we are talking about the programming of Bryce Taylor. She never was sued. Now, some people might just say he just chose to ignore it. Betty read it though. What do you think? She talked all about it, and I'm in the camp of I believe her. This guy was, if he himself is saying that he is, completely taken with Theodore Adorno, if he's writing papers on that, we know where his mind is, don't we? We know, whatever we know, like he knows so much more, right? I am like so in the dark with all of it. Just grabbing at little references and innuendos, and you can rent a little picnic lunch and they'll set you up with a horse if you are so inclined. So this is what Wiki has to say in their little blurb. It says it was, and I did not know this, see? Always learning things, that it was the most expensive hotel ever built at the time. So, spare no expenses for Henry, right? There's like the poor side that overlooks the golf course. All right, so, So, here in the history, there is, that was Lawrence going by. I think this is on some kind of timed thing, but it won little awards for all kinds of things. Remember, it's on, when I moved there, I saw it from the other side. It was on the stolen beach. And it's funny, it's not funny, but, the Hawaiians are like, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, dude, for putting up your little MK Ultra super site right there. The, headquarters, right? It's like the villain that lives in the volcano. He's literally the villain in the volcano in the middle of the sea, like a James Bond movie or something. It's like, whoa. All right. Okay, so here we are. Let's get medical. Let's get medical. There it is, Castle Medical Center. This is on Oahu, just a little plane flight away. He doesn't want, the dirty work done too close. Yeah, he's got to have a little bit of a moat between him. And here's another pic of Castle Med. And kind of like in the 60s. And so like kind of different incarnations here of this place. Okay, so why am I showing you this nutty spot? Why am I showing you Capital Med? I am showing it to you because some past YouTubes I've done, shown you where I was employed by the DIA guy, kind of like the CIA, what department, like the Defense Intelligence Agency or what. It was a little bit of a crazy time. And he told me to watch out for World Vision, okay? I would just get little quips and little clips of things now and then. But the World Vision was problematic. And so I started to look into it myself. And he talked about hypnosis and hypnosis centers in Hawaii. Okay, World Vision is a place that takes your money. They take pictures of starving children and make you feel bad, and then they take your money. And I mean, if they, hopefully something is sincerely done. We're not fully sure, okay, with them, because they've got a weird track record. And so yeah, I was told. And then I think I told you Doc, my little Amish, but more than that, for this particular thing, who was in the military a long time, was in the Vietnam War, the whole thing. He said Henry was young back then. He was kind of like a young Svengali. That you can often hide a facility within a facility. So if they have a hypnosis center, could it be within the confines of Capital Medical? I'm sorry, not Capital Medical, that's here. Das Capital. Within Castle. And I have a few reasons for wondering that. One is, I know someone who worked there who really lost it. Like they actually quit. Like they really, and just said, never asked me about it. And this was a long time ago. Also, Mark Chapman was there. Mark Chapman went there to get better. He actually worked there after being released. It said everyone really liked him. He was a great guy. And it's not like, oh, we had this psycho who came and, was in the mental ward and then we hired them as a janitor. Like, who would do that? No, they hired him. What I'm reading is everyone really, really liked him. Okay. Okay, so hypnosis, World Vision. Why am I bringing World Vision into that? Part of it has to do with, it's going to come down the line with Hinckley and his dad in World Vision. And Hinckley, also another person who was programmed, okay? I'm going deep into an article about John Lennon's assassination. NYPD Lieutenant Arthur O'Connor stated that Chapman appeared programmed on the night he was shot. Okay, on the night he shot Lennon. And what would have given him, if he had a psychotic episode, what drove him to that? This is just quite strange. What made it even weirder was that he had a Wizard of Oz placemat, and this was like before computers were like a thing, right? Like now everyone knows like Wizard of Oz, MK Ultra, but this was kind of an early time for that. He died. I was at Friendsville College then, but I was off somewhere else, and I just remember being just so horrified. Another thing that was pointed out was who came to visit him in the when he was in jail, and here it is. Okay, crucially, says Whelan. Okay, the doctors that came to see him were doctors who had been involved in hypnosis. Hey, there's like a notorious MK Ultra doctors. One of them, Dr. Milton Klein. Someday Hollywood's gonna hire us, huh? So we can like give it to you better, but you know, I'm doing my best. I mean, seriously. Okay. So Klein in 1979. This is before, right? Not long, like a year before John Lennon's murdered. Klein boasted in a TV documentary that a man could be programmed to murder via hypnosis, via the MK Ultra program. Okay, I found some more declassified stuff, and it's actually incredible reading, but it's like really thick. I'm shocked that like it's not even super blacked out, and it's talking about, you know, anxiety-induced trauma, you know, again for memory, a lot of things for memory. Really incredible, you know. And they talk about, you know, the tests, you know, that they weren't sure if it worked or not, and then they're like going again and again and again. And so I'm going to break this down, okay? Remind me again to bring up the Venona papers too. Oh my God. I just saw this. I hadn't seen that earlier. Mary Prankster Ken Kesey, author of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, of course. Wow, had he volunteered? I had also read, and I cannot find it again. It's driving me crazy. I actually might have seen, it was an article about Jerry Garcia being Ground Zero. So Hinckley, Jack Hinckley is the dad of our, you know, that guy, right? And we can do a little more on him too. He volunteered, and the Hinckleys owned Coors Beer or something like that. Let me see. Let's Google that one. You know, Hinckley. I don't know. We'll do that later. We'll do another one on Hinckley. We will do another one on Hinckley. I've got too much going on right now. But yeah, his dad had volunteered for World Vision, and I think the son like probably got programmed. The dad was rich. It says he volunteered for World Vision, but it's not like just like some guy who hopped on a bus. Like his best friend was like the head of World Vision, and he's like the head of Coors or something, and you know, like yeah. So again, weird, strange. Yeah, and Hinckley was also in a mental facility. This again was that only info I can find on it so far, with pics involved. I was looking for footage for anything of Henry there, but I don't think he wanted cameras around him, huh? What he was doing, he didn't want cameras there. So that's just one of those trips, and it said there were, as I said, Oilia, 100 just for the China alone. This is Mauna Kea at night. There's a strange phenomenon that happens there. It's still to this day, I believe, where manta rays appear at night, and they will swim with you in the dark or in the light. They just appear, and then they disappear, and no one knows from where or whence they came. Mysterious beings there with Henry Kissinger. little MK Ultra lair where maybe the planning happens. It's Lawrence's baby. This isn't just a hotel. This is Lawrence's baby. Here we are, folks. Here we are. There's the Manta Ray Point. There's the Manta Ray Point. Breathe. As we go into the past and uncover what lies ahead. Who is our Henry Kissinger now? Adorno enhanced AI? Many blessings.